Welcome to Master the Game. I am Juice, and today we are going to be taking a look at the Story Engine deck. So let's get started. So I am somebody who loves prompts. When it comes to DMing, one of my favorite things are random roll tables. Some of the ways I prep, I'll sometimes use Rory story cubes. And when I saw this a couple months back, I decided to reach out to the creators and ask them if they would be willing to give a copy in order to review for the channel. And I will say they were very gracious in letting me do this. They gave me one expansion and one booster. Now, these are really cool. I'm really loving what I've seen so far, and I think I'm going to get a lot of use out of this moving forward. When I sit down to prep, sometimes I will just use random prompts to spur random encounters, side quests, or motivations for NPCs, things like that. And these things fuel a lot of my homebrew games and campaigns. So the game does come with a slipcase, and you can play this as a game or you can use it as a prompt. The expansions and boosters come in a little box, easy to pop open. Just like that. And then you've got not necessarily rules, but a little thing about the cards themselves. So looking at it, it tells you have 18 cards, 5 agents, 2 engines, 5 anchors, 2 conflicts, and 4 aspects. And if you go to the website, you can get the guide. There are several ways to use a booster set. Create prompts using only the cards in the booster. This will give you very genre-focused prompts. Create prompts by mixing the booster cards into the main deck. The main deck works with all genres, so the added cards will increase the genre focus. And then number 3, freely mix multiple genres, expansions, and boosters with the main deck. You may wish to temporarily remove cards from the main deck to increase the proportion of booster cards and create more genre-focused prompts. So one thing that I did not notice is, the cards themselves, I don't think have symbols. Oh, they do. They have a little symbol down here that looks like for the different genre. So those all have a gear. Let me double check because I don't think I noticed that before. We're going to look over here at the Dragonfire one. The Dragonfire deck does have a different symbol. So you could easily separate these decks out or combine them however you want. So that is cool. I didn't notice that. That was going to be one of my critiques, but I did notice it this time, so that's good. I didn't sound like a complete idiot on stream. So the actual expansion deck has a lot more cards, obviously. This one has 60 cards, 12 agents, 12 engines, 12 anchors, 12 conflicts, and 12 aspects. So one of the cool things about these cards is on like an agent card, you have 4 different options. Depending on how you look at it, you will have, again, 4 options. This is cool. Now, some of them, so that's the agent cards. The engine cards only have 2 options. So wants to drive out a spirit that was possessed. Boom. And then the other one wants to, I can't get it in there. Wants to imprison a dangerous spirit in, and again, you would use another card to tell the next part. The anchor card also has 4. So there you go. There's an anchor card. And then the next is a conflict card, which again only has 2. And then you have an aspect card, which has 4 again. So again, really cool stuff here. I'm loving these decks. I think they're awesome, and I can't wait to use these. I'm so anxious to put these to use. They're fun. They're really fun. So set those aside. So let's take the slipcover off and look at the contents inside. So it does have a magnet that holds this shut. You don't see it obviously, but it does have magnet in there. Comes with a book. The book does tell you how to use the cards or give you ideas on how to use the cards. So you have this here. And more uses here. And a little bit more. And then if you come up with your own ways, it has a sheet here where you can type in how you would use the cards yourself. So again, very cool stuff here. So we'll just set that over here. And now you've got this here. Now, real quick, I'm going to use one of the prompts, how they recommend doing it. So, simple prompt, story seed. So, it says take an agent card. So, we'll take the top agent card. Boom. Set that right there. Okay. Then it says draw and place one engine card. So, let's do that. Right there. Draw and place one anchor card. So right there, we've got that. Draw and place one conflict card. We'll just do that right there. And draw and play one aspect card. So based on this, you go along the bottom. So a merchant wants to enact a secret plan revolving around a museum, but it will turn them into someone they never wanted to be. And the last thing is obviously it's to add detail, but it would basically be a traumatic experience, right? So doing all this would be a very traumatic experience. I think this is really cool. Now let's do it again. Let's just see what happens. So I'm going to take these and put them on the bottom of the decks. All right, so let's do this one more time. So right off the bat, we have an introvert wants to gain fame with or from a piece of furniture, but they will owe something to someone they despise. And it says cut rate. So this one's all right. It seems interesting that somebody wants to gain fame from a piece of furniture. Well, what could that be? Maybe they want to design the new king's throne. But to do so, they will owe something to someone they despise. So maybe the advisor to the king is bribing him, not bribing him, but he knows that this character's life mission is to do this. And so he's making him pay or something in order to put it in front of the king to get it noticed. Something like that. This could be really cool. I could see this, again, being a very minor thing in the story, but could lead up to something bigger, right? Maybe the advisor to the king is evil and doing other nefarious things. And it's just this one guy, the guy in town who builds furniture, is how the players or characters learn of the shadiness of this advisor. You know, again, so that's another interesting prompt, I think. So we'll do one more, and then we'll get into my thoughts on this. All right, let's do it. So we have an archivist wants to control an election. Oh, geez, a little too on the nose there. But they will bear the scars for all to see, and it's unnerving. Ooh, this is interesting. So, wanting to control an election, but will have scars. So, in other words, they will be an enemy, and everybody will know, and they'll be branded, and the branding will be so gruesome that it's unnerving. Yeah, that would be quite a little story there. So again, you can see the different things, how this would prompt it. Like, let's just change this. So rather than an election, let's change it to a rebellion, and let's change this one, and let's change this one, and let's change this there. And we'll change this one as well. So we're just rotating some of the cards a little, and no thought put into it. I just tweaked it a little. So a witness wants to shirk responsibility for a rebellion, but they will be hurt in ways no one can see. And the last thing is protected. So maybe they need to be protected, or they will be hurt. Or maybe they are protected, so it makes it harder for them to pay for their crimes. Again, this is a huge thing that I think with these cards, you're going to be able to tell a lot of different stories than you normally would. These spur so much, right? Like, again, I could build a whole campaign centered around this. And again, this is why I think these are going to be so valuable to me. Obviously, I've got some of the expansions. You can use these for a variety of different settings and stuff. And, again, I think they've done a good job with this. All right, so here we are. We're looking at the website, and in case you're interested in buying these, before you buy it, you can always come to this website, storyenginedeck.myshopify.com. You can look over, the different things they say about it before making your purchase. It shows you some of the ways you can use it. You can use it to write if you want to be a writer. You can use it for gaming. I'm going to be using mine for gaming, right? If you want it all, right now it is on sale for $90 rather than $151. You can get all the expansions, all the boosters, and the core set right there. Very, very good deal for $90. So I still need to get some of the decks myself. I'm definitely planning on getting the sci-fi one for Light of Strange Worlds. I'm definitely thinking about getting Written in Ash and Bone right here. So again, you can buy them in bundles, or if you think you're only going to use, a specific, one or two here and there. So the examples I used were all just from the core game right here. Okay. You can, again, buy it with one expansion. It does come with the PDFs as well. So that's another thing that's kind of cool. So you could always print it if you want more prompts of certain ones. You could print those. But I'm definitely thinking of getting the Dragonfire, Ash, and I'm gonna get them all. That's kind of where I'm at. I love these, and I think while I'm definitely going to use the fantasy ones the most, I could see throwing in some horror occasionally because I like to mix things up. I don't know how much I'm going to use science fiction when it comes to this, to be honest. Because for me, this is for homebrew stuff. My homebrew world and where I run homebrew stuff is typically in fantasy. I could see myself using some Eldritch Horror in that. Possibly some steampunk. Mythology for sure. I don't know about the post-apocalyptic, dystopian, or cyberpunk. However, when I play a game like Rifts, which we just played recently on this channel, if you want to go check that game out, you can. I could see myself using those for a Rifts game. And, again, I think they're really cool. I think these are really good value. The amount of use I think I'm going to get out of these is going to be well worth it. So again, I have the Cog Hearts and Steam Souls, and I have the Written in Dragonfire. But again, I think these others will add a lot to it, and I'll just mix them all in. And if I don't want a specific one, I'll just bypass it and move on to the next thing. I really think this is a product worth getting if you are somebody like me who enjoys story prompts. If you're somebody who likes random roll tables, this again is going to be right up your alley. Or if you just like to mess around and, tell some stories around the table, this is something you can play as a game with people. You can do it competitively. You can do it collaboratively. If you want to use these in order to do some collaborative world building with your gaming group at the start of a campaign, you can do that. A lot of cool things you can do. So again, I highly recommend this if that sounds like something you are interested in. If you like this, go check out the website, make your purchase, pick what you want. I don't get any commission on it or anything like that. I just think this is a really cool product and thought you guys would like to know about it. If this is your first time here, be sure to smash that subscribe button. Give me a like, and we will see you guys next time. This is Master the Game. I am Juice. Game on.